Let us solve questions on quantitative aptitude section. A and B can complete a piece of work in 12 and 18 days respectively. They began the work together, but A left 3 days before the completion of the work. Okay. In how many days was the work completed? So if you are clear with basic concept of time and work, and especially for this question, concept of units approach, this question is just a cakewalk. See how. See, A can complete the task in 12 days. B can do the same task in 18 days. This is given to us. Okay. So we'll assume the total task. In terms of some specific number of units. Okay. Those units should be LCM of these two values. You can take any of the values, but just to simplify our calculations, we take LCM of these two values. So LCM, least common multiple of 12 and 18, is 36. Okay. So we'll assume the task of 36 units. Okay. Okay, fine. Now we the second step would be calculating per day efficiency, or efficiency per day, right? So what does this mean? If A can complete 36 units of task in 12 days, so in one day A would be doing 3 units, right? 3 units per day. 36 units in 12 days, so 3 units in one day. And B, 36 units takes 18 days to complete the task. So efficiency of B is 2 units per day. Okay, fine. Okay, now this is what the situation we have. Now what is given to us? They began the work together, but A left 3 days before the completion of work. Now we do not know for how many days the work is being done, right? So there are two ways moving forward, two ways from here. What are they? You can consider A did the work for complete period, right? For complete period A did the work. Let's say the work lasted for n days, right? And B would be doing n minus 3 days, because A left 3 days before the completion of the work, right? So B only worked for n minus 3 days. So together they completed the work. Together they completed 36 units. I hope you're understanding. 3 units per day, worked for n minus 3 days. 2 units per day, worked for n days, and that's how they have completed the work. So if you solve this equation, 3n minus 9, right, plus 2n is equal to 36. 5n is equal to, this will be 36 plus 9, 45, or n is equal to 9. That's it. N is equal to 9. I hope you understood. This is how we can solve this question quickly, right? There is also another thought you can give, that if the work lasted for some days, let's say your work has got completed, so if you count last 3 days work, A did not work. A is not producing any of the units, and B is doing the work for last 3 days, right? So and before that, both of them working together, but for last 3 days calculation, only 6 units are getting produced, right? Now out of 36 units, 6 units were produced in the last 3 days, right? So remaining 30 units must have been produced earlier by both of them working together. So if both of them work together, they completes 5 units in one day. So to complete 30 units, they would have taken 6 days prior to these 3 days, right? So these 6 days plus these 3 days, so the work got completed in 9 days, right? So this is also another thought process that you can give for this, right, after doing this step. Fine. Okay. What is the remainder when 7 raised to 95 is divided by 6? Right, very simple. See how. 7 raised to 95, so 7 into 7 into 7, right? You write it 95 times, right? You don't write, by the way, but just technically we'll understand, right? Divided by 7. Now keep this in mind, right? If you want remainder, you can simply get the remainder of these individual terms and then put whatever is mathematical operator. It can be plus, minus, division, whatever, right? So if you divide 7 by 6, your remainder is 1. If you divide 7 by 6, remainder is 1. 7 by 6, remainder is 1. So 1 is multiplied by 95 times is your net remainder. So 1 multiplied by 95 times will be 1 only. This is your final remainder of this expression. I hope you're understanding this. See, your answer is done, by the way, right? I'm taking another example. Let's say if it is 7 into 95 divided by 6. Now what you can do, you can either take individual remainders or you can multiply it, right? So the easier way is to take individual remainder, right? So I'll take 7 minus I'm sorry, 7 divided by 6, remainder is 1. 95 divided by 6, what is the remainder? It is 5, right? Because 15 into 6 is 90, remainder is 5. Multiplied, right? We have multiplication sign between them, and so your net remainder will be 5 only. This means if you multiply 7 into 95 and then divide by 6, still you will be getting the same 5 as the remainder, right? So this is what we have used here. I hope you understood this. In how many ways can the letters of the word leader be arranged such that the vowels always come together? Okay, so see, we are doing practice of this question. All the concepts have already been explained in our concept videos. So leader be arranged such that vowels always come together. Which are vowels? We have E, A, E, right? So we have 3 vowels here. We want them to be together, right, in all the arrangements. And consonants are L, D, R. These are consonants, right? So what we do, we have already understood these concepts. What we do in such questions, we let's say name this group as X, right? We'll first name this group as X. So we have this X, right? Because we want all of them together, all 3 of them together. Vowels should be together. So this X should be a unit, let's say a group of these vowels, DR, right? So whatever arrangement you make, whatever combinations you make, right? We want X can be here, X can be here, X can be here, right? L can be here, D can be here, X can be there, whatever, right? So you can make any of them, or X can be here, D can be here, L can be here, and so on, right? So for each of these arrangements, X is always together. These 3 letters are always together, right? So these 4 distinct letters can be arranged in 4 factorial ways. These 4 distinct letters will be arranged in 4 factorial ways, and for each of this arrangement, this X itself, this X is a representation of these 3, vowels itself be rearranged in. For each of this arrangement, see, we can have EAE here, EAE, LDR, or we can have EEA, LDR, or we can have AEE, LDR. For each of this arrangement, now DLR can be there. You have again these 3 different permutations. So this X can further be arranged in 3 factorial, because there are 3 letters, but 2 of them are identical, so we'll divide it by 2 factorial, right? We'll divide it by 2 factorial. So this is your final answer. So 4 factorial is 4 into 3 into 2 into 1, so it is 24, into 3 factorial is 6 upon 2, 2, 1, 2, 3, 24 into 3, 72. That's it. I hope you understood this. Great. A bag contains 6 white and 4 black balls. 2 balls are drawn at random. What is the probability that they are of the same color? Fine. So we want probability. Okay, we know what is probability. Probability is equal to favorable number of ways. Favorable number of ways upon total number of ways. Upon total number of ways. Okay, fine. So you can easily find total number of ways. You're drawing 2 balls at a random. Out of how many total balls? We have total 10 balls. Your total possible ways are 10C2. Okay, fine. Favorable ways. Favorable ways. What is condition? To get favorable number of ways, we want condition. What is the probability that they are of the same color, right? So our favorable ways would be, we can have both as white, right? Or we can have both of them as black, right? Now how many ways are there such that we'll have both white colored balls, right? We have total 6 balls. it will be W1, W2, W3 and W6. Black 1, black 2, black 3, black 4, right? So we have these 6 different white balls, right? Out of these 6 balls, we want any 2 of them. This is the number of ways we can have both white balls. Similarly, we have total 4 black balls and we want 2 out of them. We want, in this case, this is case 1 and this is case 2. So case 1 can happen such that we'll have both white balls, or case 2 can happen such that we'll have both black balls. I hope you're understanding this, right? So 6C2, 6 into 5 upon 2 into 1, or 30 by 2, 15. I have already explained this calculation, right, in concept videos. 4 will be written for 2 terms, 4 into 3 by 2 into 1, or this is 6, right? So we have or here, so we'll add both the cases. We have these many ways in this case, and we have these many cases in these ways, right? So we have total 21 favorable ways, both of them white, 15 different ways, both of them black, 6 different ways. So what is 10C2? 10C2 is 10 into 9 by 2, 2 into 1, 2, 1, 2, 5, 45, right? So favorable number of ways are 21 and total number of ways are 45, right? Simplifying this, 3, 7, 3, 15, and so it is 7 by 15. Probability of happening this event will be 7 by 15. Pause the video and make sure you understand it clearly. A shopkeeper marks his goods 40% above the cost price and allows a discount of 25% on the marked price. Okay, so let's say cost price is 100x, right? So MRP marked his goods 40% above the cost price. So MRP will become 140x and allows a discount of 25%. Okay, so discount of 25% on what? Discount is always calculated on MRP, right? So what is 25%? 25% is calculating 1/4 of this value. 1/4 is what? 70, 35. That's it. 35 is discount. So what will be selling price? 35x. Selling price will be 105x. Great. Good question, right? At the time of selling, he uses a faulty weight, which weighs 800 grams for every 1 kg. What is his total profit? What is his total profit percentage, right? Percentage. Okay. So if you observe, if let's say the shopkeeper is not using this faulty weight, so his cost price would be 100x and his selling price would be 105x, and here he'll be getting 5% profit. Simply we can see cost price is this, selling price is this, 5% profit, right? So answer would have been 5% if he is not using this faulty weight, but it is given that he is using faulty weight, right? So please tell me, for 1 gram, see cost price per kilogram, let's say for 1 kilogram cost price is 100x, what will be cost price of 800 grams? See, 1000 grams is 100x, 800 grams will be 80x, right? So his actual cost price is 80x. He's showing to his customer that I am giving you 1 kg of whatever article, right? Whatever article he is selling. So he is actually getting 105x per kg from the customer, but his actual cost price is 80x only for 800 grams, right? For 800 grams his actual cost price is 80x. He is getting 105x from customer by showing him that he is giving 1 kg, right? So this earning 25x of profit, right? 25x of profit. Now what is our question? What is his profit percentage? Profit percent is equal to value of profit upon cost price into 100, or x will get out 25 1 25 4 4 1 4, sorry 25 I'm sorry 5 5 is this, 5 16 is this, so 500 by 16, or 4 3 16 348, and 16 1 is this, 31 point something. Our answer is this, right? So even if you solve, we'll get this one only, right? I hope you understood this. I hope you understood this, right? So pretty much easy to understand, right? If not, please pause the video, think over it, take the notes, and if you still do not get it, please ask. Don't hesitate. A vessel contains a mixture of milk and water in the ratio 7:5. Okay. 9 liters of mixture are drawn off and replaced with water. Fine. If the ratio of milk and water becomes 7:9, how many liters of the milk were in the vessel initially? Okay. So we have already done this in, this kind of questions in mixtures, replacements, allegations, right? In that concept we have already seen this, but let's use that formula here. We have that formula, final concentration. Now replacement is done with water, so we'll take final concentration of milk is equal to initial concentration of milk 1 minus replacement of water upon initial volume raised to number of times this replacement is done. Fine, right? Okay, what is final concentration of milk? The ratio of milk and water becomes 7:9. So what is concentration of milk here? It is not 7/9. It is ratio of milk and water 7/9. But what we want is concentration of milk. So out of total 16 liters, 16 parts, 7 is milk. This is concentration, this is proportion, this is percentage, right? If you multiply, you'll get percentage also of milk. So final concentration of milk is 7/16. Okay. Now, as I've already told you, if you get final concentration of milk in terms of fraction, you should write initial concentration also in fraction. If it is percentage, you should write percentage. If it is in liters, you should write in liters, right? So what is initial concentration of milk? So the mixture was 7:5. So milk was 7 out of 12 parts, right? So 7 out of 12 parts. 1 minus. Replacement is 9 liters. Okay, 9 liters of mixture is drawn off and replaced with water. So what is initial volume? Raised to how many times we are doing this? Only one time. It can be 2 times, it can be 3 times, whatever. No issues. Okay. So this is how. Now see, again you should understand. 9 liters is here, so your volume will also be result in liters only and not in fraction, right? Okay, so 7 will go out, 4 3 will go here, 3/4 is equal to v into 1 v minus 9 by v, or 3v is equal to 4v minus 36, or v is equal to 36. V is what? Initial volume. What we want, how many liters of milk were there in vessel initially? See, out of these 36 liters, the ratio of milk to water was 7:5, right? So what is concentration of milk? Milk was 7/12 of that vessel. The constant or proportion of milk was 7/12 of that total vessel, or it was 21 liters. 21 liters. I hope you understood this, right? Great. The ratio between the length and the breadth of a rectangular park is 3:2. If a man cycling along the boundary of the park at a speed of 12 kilometers per hour completes one round in 8 minutes, then the area of the park in square meters is. Okay, so here we have this thing, 3:2, right? And the speed 12 kilometers per hour, so speed is given to us, fine. Completes one round in 8 minutes, so time is also given to us. Now see, we have speed, we have time. What we can do? We can have distance, then speed into time, or distance is equal to speed is 12 kilometers per hour and time is 8 minutes. So I can convert this into hours, right? Because this is kilometers per hour, so I'll do that. Okay, so this will be 12 12 5. So distance is 8/5 kilometers, right? Now what is given? What is the area of park in square meters? Okay, I can convert distance in meters also by multiplying it 1000, right? So 5 5 2, or 200 into 8 is 1600 meters, right? Your distance is 1600 meters. What is the distance? See, distance is this. this complete distance, right? Because it is given that it is completing a one round in 8 minutes. So let's say it starts from here, this total distance is 1600 meters. Now we have total distance as 1600 meters, we have ratio of length to breadth, right? So we can consider length as 3x and breadth as 2x. So is actually traveling perimeter of this rectangle, which happens to be 3x plus 3x 6x, 2x plus 2x 4x, 10x is equal to 1600, or x is equal to 160, right? X is 160. We want what say area of the park in this, right? So we know area is length into breadth, right? Or 6x square. 6 into what is x? 160 into 160, or it is 256. 16 square is 256 00 into 6, or 600 6 6 5 30 plus 3 33, 6 2 12 plus 3 15, 153 600. This is your answer. I hope you understood, right? Very much interesting. There are two things involved, basics of geometry and some part of time, speed and distance. That's it. Excluding stops, the speed of a bus is 54 kilometers per hour, and including stops it is 45 kilometers per hour. For how many minutes does the bus stop per hour, right? Okay, so I have already given you the formula. In such cases, how many time does the bus stops is given by difference in speeds upon normal speed, or we say fastest speed without stoppage, right? Fastest without stoppage, fastest will be without stoppage, obviously, right? So difference in speeds here, 54 minus 45, 54 minus 45 upon fastest speed is 54, right? So this will be 9 by 54. This is the time the train stops, right, or bus stops per hour. Now the answers are in, or options are in minutes, and we have this kilometers per hour, this is kilometers per hour, so this time is in hours. So we'll multiply it with 60 to get time in minutes, or this will be 12 5 this, oh I'm sorry, what I'm doing, 9196 is this, 610 is this, 10 minutes. That's it. I hope you understood this, right? Simple formula. I hope you are writing it down. I hope you are taking the notes of what is going on here. The difference between compound interest and simple interest on a sum of money for 3 years at 10% per annum is 620. Find the principal sum, right? So we have given difference between compound interest and simple interest for 3 years at 10%, and the difference is given as 620, and the principal is asked. Now there is a formula also here, but let us keep that formula, and we simply know, if I take principal, let's say principal as 100x rupees, what will be simple interest for 3 years at 10%? For simple interest will be, we know 10% of this is 10x. For 1 year it will be 10x, and for 3 years it will be 30x. That's it. Simple interest will be 30x. Fine. What will be compound interest, right? I have already told you the process to calculate compound interest. 100x is the original principal. For the first year, 10% will be calculated on this value. So 10x is the CI, or compound interest. So your amount will become 110x after first year. In the second year, 10% of this value, or 11x CI, compound interest for second year, amount will become 121x. 10% in the third year on this value, 12.1x as the compound interest. So your amount will become, let's say, 133.1x, right? What we want is compound interest for 3 years. It is this plus this plus this, or you can simply observe this minus this, final amount after 3 years minus original principal, or you can, if you can add these three values to get 33.1x, right? This is compound interest for 3 years. This is simple interest for 3 years. And What is difference in this assumption, the assumption of principal we have taken as 100x? What is difference here? Difference in CI minus SI, right, for 3 years is 33.1x minus 30x, and as per the question, that difference is equivalent to $620, or 3.1x is equal to 620, or x is equal to 620 upon 3.1, right? Or I can multiply this by 10, this by 10, so this decimal will go out. 31 into 2 is this, so it is 200. Value of x is 200. What is our principal? It is 100x, so principal will be, I'm writing it here, principal will be 100x, or 100 into 200, that is $20,000, right? I hope you understood this as well, right? Make sure you're thinking over it. If you have any query, you can simply ask me. The salaries of A, B, C are in the ratio 2:3:5. If the increments of 15%, 10%, and 20% are allowed respectively in their salaries, then what will be the new ratio of their salaries? New ratio will be what? Of salaries. Fine. So ABC ratio is given as 2:3:5. Fine. And then increments are given, right? So you can assume the salaries as 2x, 3x, and 5x. But as you want to calculate percentage increase, you can also assume 20x, 30x, and 50x. Because anyways we want new ratio of their salaries, so it won't make any difference, but it will actually simplify our calculations. How? Let's see. They have increments here, increments. So this person has got increment of 15%. So what is 15% of 20? 10% is 2, 5% is 1, so he's getting 3x as the increment. Okay, so his new salary will be 23x. His new salary will be 23x. This guy has got increment of 10%. 10% of 30 is 3x. So his new salary will be 33x. This guy has got 20% increment. 10% is 5. 20% is 10. So 50x plus 10x will be 60x. Right? So these are their new salaries. What we want is simply ratio. Right? So this x will go out and you're left with this new ratio of their salaries. Clear? Let's move. 3 pipes ABC can fill a tank in 6 hours. After working at it together for 2 hours, C is closed and A and B can fill the remaining part in 7 hours. The number of hours taken by C alone to fill the tank. Fine. Again, use unitary approach. Right? A, B, C. Right? All of them can fill the tank in 6 hours. We do not have their individual task, but we know A, B, C together can fill it in 6 hours. Right? Now, in such questions, you can simply assume the total task as 6 units, or it can be 6 liters also, no issues. 6 liters or whatever. Okay. Okay. Now, next step is efficiency per hour. Efficiency per hour. Now we do not have individual time taken by ABC respectively, but we know that all of them, if work together, take 6 hours to fill 6 units of water, or they are pouring in 1 units per hour, all of them. This is value of A plus B plus C. Some part is done by A, some part B, some part C, and that way they are putting 1 units per hour, 1 liter per hour it can be. Okay, now C is closed after 2 hours, after working at it together for 2 hours. Okay, so all of them have worked for 2 hours, so they have already filled 2 units. Fine. Now what is remaining task? What is remaining task? Remaining is 6 minus 2. The total task was 6 units, out of which they have already done 2 units in 2 hours, so remaining task is 4 units. Right? Now what is given? That A and B can fill the remaining part in 7 hours. So this remaining part of 4 units is done by B and C together. A and B together. A and B together in 7 hours. So what is efficiency of A and B together? is 4 units in 7 hours. 4 by 7. This is A plus B, right? This is A plus B. Now, can you calculate the value of C then, right? Yes, because we have total A plus B plus C as 1, out of which A plus B is 4 by 7. So C must be 1 minus 4 by 7 or 3 by 7. This is efficiency of C, that C is putting 3 by 7 units per hour. Okay, what is our question? The number of hours taken by C alone to fill the tank. Okay, what is capacity of tank? Is 6 units. 6 units with this efficiency, 3 by 7 into 7, 3 1 3 2, 2 into 7, 14. That's it. I hope this is also clear, right? I have already told these things. I have already explained these concepts in our, topic concept videos, right? So make sure you're going through them also if you don't get it here. 10 years ago, the age of a father was thrice the age of his son. Okay, so 10 years ago, father was thrice. Okay, so let's say 10 years ago, father and son. If son is x, father was 3x. Now what will be present ages? Present ages, right? Father will be 3x plus 10 and son will be x plus 10. Fine. 10 years hence. What is 10 years hence? 10 years hence means 10 years from present. 10 years from present ahead, right? So present is 3x plus 10. So 10 years hence, I'm writing it here. Okay, 10 years hence. So this will be 3x plus 20 and this will be x plus 20. Okay, the father's age will be twice that of his son. Fine. 10 years hence, the father's age is twice of that his son's. So this value is twice of this value. That's it. You are through, right? So 3x plus 20 is equal to 2x plus 40 or x is equal to 20. Value of x is 20. What is question? The ratio of their present ages is, the ratio of their present ages will, just put the value, present ages are these, put the value of x here. It is 60, 70 and this is 30. So it is 7 is to 3. It is 7 is to 3. I hope this is pretty much clear. At what time between 4 and 5 o'clock will the hands of a watch point in opposite direction? Okay, so point in opposite direction means what? Like, let's say this is hour and this is minutes hand. So point in opposite direction, that means they are making 180 degrees of angle. 180 degrees of angle. So at what time they are going to meet, or what time they are going to make this 180 angle, right? In clocks topic, we have already understood, we have already got the formula here for these questions, that when time is asked, time in minutes is equal to 2 by 11 30h plus or minus theta, right? Plus or minus theta is what? Angle. Fine. Okay, so solving this, 2 by 11 30 into h. So 30, what is value of h? We want 4 and 5, between 4 and 5 o'clock. So 4 and some minutes, let's say, right? So value of h is 4. 30 into 4 plus or minus angle is 180, right? Now 2 by 11 into 120 plus or minus 180, right? So if you let's say take, see, in some cases there are two possibilities. There can be two time instances where the angle can be made, but here if you consider minus sign, so it will be 120 minus 180. So the answer will be in the negative thing, and so the time will be before 4 in that case. We want between 4 and 5, so we want after 4 but before 5, right? So you, the minus sign will not be acceptable here because the value will be in the negative thing. Okay, so 2 by 11 into, so we'll consider plus only, so 120 plus this is 300, or it will be 600 by 11, so it is 11,555. So 5 is left, 11,4 is 44, remainder is 4, divisor is this, so 54, 6 by 11 minutes, right? So your time will be this, right? At this time, you can just cross check in your watch if possible. So at this time, the the hour hand and minute hand will be in the opposite direction. Fine. In an arithmetic progression, the sum of the first 10 terms is 210 and the sum of first 20 terms is 820. What is the first term and common difference? So for this question, you can have that formula of sum of n. There are two methods you can use. See, sum of first n terms, right? Sum of first n terms is given by n by 2, 2a plus n minus 1 into d, right? Where a is first term, n is number of terms, and d is common difference, right? This way you can have two equations. So for sum of first 10 terms, sum of first 20 terms, you'll get two equations, two unknown, a and d will be unknown, right? Because value of n is already known, a and d will be unknown, right? So you'll get two equations and you'll be able to solve. Or you can also use the options here, right? You can always use the options and get the answer. Let's do with formula only. Sum of first n terms will be 10 terms will be 10 by 2 and 2 into first term we do not know, plus n is 10 minus 1 into difference, common difference we do not know. So this is, or 5 into 2a plus 9d, right? This is one equation we are getting. Okay, so next one is 20 terms, first 20 terms. So 2 into a plus 20 minus 1 into common difference we do not know, and so it will be 10 into this is 2a plus 19d. This is second equation, right? So we have two terms here. What we can do, okay, this is equal to what? Sum is already given to us, no? Sum of first 10 terms is 210. Okay, so this is equal to 210 and this is equal to 820. Fine. So I can just multiply, divide this 5 4 20, 5 2 is this, 10 40 82. Fine. So what I want, common difference is first. Okay, so if I just subtract this from this, right? So 2a will go out and I'm left with 10d is equal to 82 minus 42 is 40, or d is equal to 4. D is equal to 4. This okay, we have two things. Okay, put the value of d here. Let's say 9 into 4 36, 42 minus 36 is 6. 2a is equal to 6 or a is equal to 3. That's it. This is how you can simply or quickly solve such questions, right? There is no need to see I have written this formula here. You should write in learning phase, but when you are actually attempting the exam paper, there is no need to write, right? I hope you clear with this. Train A leaves Mumbai at 5 a.m. and reaches Delhi at 9 a.m. Fine. Train B, so let's say Mumbai and Delhi. A is leaving from this at 5 a.m. and reaches at 9 a.m. So what is time taken? 4 hours. Okay. Train B leaves Delhi at 7 a.m. Okay. 7 a.m. Train B and reaches Mumbai at 10:30. Okay. So it is taking 3.5 hours. Fine. At what time do the two trains cross each other? Right. Now for such questions, see, this train is leaving at 5 a.m. This train is leaving at 7 a.m. right, and taking 4 hours, taking 3.5 hours. So first thing first, we'll consider distance. We'll assume the distance as LCM of these time taken to simplify our calculation. So what is LCM? 3.5 into 2 7 and 7 into 2 14, 28. 28x, let's say, is the distance, right? So if 28x is the distance, what will be speed of this train? Distance upon time. Time is 28. So 7x kilometers per hour is the speed of the first train. And here 28x upon 3.5. It's into 10 into 10. So this will be 35, 7 5 this, 7 4 is this, 5 1 5 2 is this, 8x kilometers per hour. 8x kilometers per hour, right? This is the speed of train B. This is speed of train B. Fine. Once we got these two values, how we have got LCM of time taken, right? So it will make our calculation simpler. Okay. Now, can we use simply relative speed formula? No, because this train is leaving at 5 a.m., right? So till 7 a.m. the train have already covered some distance. In 2 hours it will cover 14x, because 1 hour it covers 7x, 2 hours it will cover 14x of the distance. Now at exactly 7 a.m. this train is here and this train is leaving from this. What is initial gap between these objects? Initial gap is 14x, because total distance was 28, out of which this has already covered 28x, right? So the distance between them is 14x. The relative speed is 3.5x plus 4x, right? This is the relative speed. So time taken to cross each other, so this will be 14x upon 7.5x. This is the time in hours, right? So 14x upon 7.5x, right? This is time in hours. I want time in minutes, after how many minutes they will cross each other, right? So I'll multiply it by 60. X will go out. I'll multiply this by 10, so this by 10, this decimal will go out. This becomes 75. Then 515 is this, 512 is this, 53 is this, 52 is this, 31 is this, 34 is this, or it is 28 into 4, 84 minutes, or 60 minutes plus 24 minutes. After 7 a.m., 60 minutes plus 24 is 8:24 a.m. That's it. I hope this is pretty much clear. I hope these questions are pretty much clear to you guys. So I hope you understood this. If you do not get some of these questions, you can always go to my topic clarification, concept clarification videos, and then get it much clearer with the basic concepts, right? This is very much interesting, guys. I hope you understood. Keep studying, keep building your career. Thank you so much.